What's going on, everybody? Come in. We need to talk about this game called Diablo. Diablo 4, okay? Now, listen. This game is such a perplexion to me. It's a confusing mess. Because I really like the game, but I also don't like the game, but I also do like the game. I needed to work this out. I needed to do this as a therapeutic session for myself. And I finally was able to, I think, articulate the exact reasons why I love / hate this game. And then I'll give my final little verdict at the end, even though that's not really all that important. But what is important is the cons and the fixes I'm going to offer, in my personal opinion. Right? You may disagree. You probably will disagree with some of these cons. But I haven't seen other streamers and YouTubers talk about these cons, and I've watched all the guys, you know, Woo, Joe, Rax, Darth, Asmongold, you know, DM Diablo, all those guys, like a bunch of others. Okay, I'm not gonna go and list off every name. Slaydra on TikTok, shout out. But I needed to do this for myself because, and I'm gonna start off with the pros here. I'm just gonna get right into it. Okay, the pros of this game. Now, it's a fantastic game. That's why I'm making this video. I want this game to be good. It has a fantastic, I should say it's not a fantastic game. It has a fantastic foundation. The bones of this game are so strong and solid, right? It's like highly calcinated bones. You know, if we're gonna use a human element to this, right? But the musculature is fucking shit, right? And the skin has blemishes all over it. Now, the beauty of this game is when you first get it. The 1 through 50 experience is absolutely phenomenal. When you're leveling through this game with the different abilities and you're slowly unlocking like each skill, and it feels magical because every single little slot, little skill point has a beautiful, nice, satisfying sound to it. And then you kill everything around you and everyone around you knows you just leveled the fuck up, right? And usually your friends are like, holy fuck, who the fuck just leveled up? And you're like, I did, motherfucker, and I just unlocked, you know, Whirlwind or whatever the fuck, right? Wherever you're at in your game. And every single one of these skill points felt like a change was happening. It felt like your character was evolving before your very eyes. And you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to try this out on the next dungeon. And then you do it, and then you level up again, and you're like, damn, I gotta play another dungeon now, or another mission, or whatever, to keep going. And then you start looking at the potential power you're gonna have, and you're gonna like, oh my god, I'm gonna get these ultimate, it's gonna be awesome. And that is the first 1 through 50 experience. It's fantastic. Now, the campaign is also very good. There's a lot of, you know, cutscenes I skipped. I'll be honest, guys, I'm not a campaign type of guy. Like, at least for this game, I like my single player games and I'll watch all the cutscenes, but for this game, I don't know, like, the cutscenes are cool, I get it, and Arius and Lilith like have a love-hate relationship with each other, and they're creating the Nephilim, and you're one of the Nephilim, and Arius is trying to nerf you because he's low-key insecure, and Lilith has her own fucked up way of like thinking how she wants to solve the world's problems. Whatever. Yeah, it wasn't all that interesting to me. As long as I get to kill demons and shit and like chop them up and dismember demons, that's what I'm about, right? So I kind of just skipped over the campaign because I just wanted to level, and all my friends were leveling, and I'm like, I gotta catch up. But yeah, to be fair, great production value. I can tell they put a lot of effort into the campaign. I can't dock them for that. It was good, you know, awesome. Now, the graphics are also really good. I enjoy the graphics. I enjoy the dynamic shadows. I think I turned down shadows at the end of the day just for performance, but the game is good, right? It runs well. It doesn't like lag a lot. At first it did lag when you were trying to move around. Sometimes you would run in place, especially with your horse. If you were like galloping, you would run in place, but I think that was just server issues at the start when I mean, it was like one of the highest selling games for Blizzard, so they had a lot of people playing this game. But all in all, it's been a very smooth experience after, you know, the first couple of days when like it was super laggy to move around, and it runs well. Right, I can stream this game full graphics with my computer going, and I don't have like a crazy powerful computer or anything. So yeah, that's definitely a plus. The atmosphere fits, the hell tides look cool, and we're talking about the pros right here because there are some cons. But as far as the actual graphics, I can't complain. And actually, I actually find them somewhat endearing. The only thing about this game, I wish when you zoomed in, like I wish you could zoom in straight on your character. I know when you look at this, you can like look at where your character looks like, but I would much rather, I'd much rather be able to like zoom in and like see myself head to head. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but that would be great. Like if I could just zoom in and then keep going and then kind of turn the camera so I can face myself and like turn a little bit. If I could do that, that'd be awesome. I know maybe it's just, I know other games do that, or the RPGs. I get Diablo's kind of, the whole fixed camera thing is kind of their thing, but whatever. Anyways, the transmogs are cool. I usually go around like this. Oh, I don't have it right now. I usually go around with, I just put this helmet on because I literally spent, I don't know why when I load that up, it makes me lag a little bit. But I usually go around with no helmet because main characters don't wear helmets, guys. I don't know if you guys knew this or not. Yeah, main characters don't wear helmets. But I did decide to wear this helmet just because it looked kind of cool. But the transmogs are cool. I like changing out outfits and not having to worry about like stats or anything like that, and just making myself look as cool as possible. And I also like the gameplay loop, or at least the bones of the gameplay loop, right? So doing Hell Tides, and then Tree of Whispers, and then Nightmare Dungeons, and you know, doing the real world events. They have a lot of different ways to level up and kind of fight people and do all that. I enjoy that aspect of this game, okay? I really do. But that also leads into some of the cons that I'm gonna get to here, which is right now. And this is a disclaimer. The cons that come here are because I like the game and I understand Blizzard has the resources, but not only the resources, they've had the development cycle, right? It's been what, how many years? I hate when people brag about when developers like, oh, we've been doing this game for 7 years. Oh yeah, we've been working on this game for a long time. Okay, then this game better knock my fucking socks off, or I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Because Blizzard is a multi-billion-dollar company. I'm gonna be fucking pissed if some basic ass free-to-play game has better features than your 7-year multi-billion-dollar fucking bullshit. I know that's not the budget, but you get what I'm saying, right? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get to the cons a bit. And this is kind of the meat and potatoes here. Okay, boys. There's a lot of cons. Now, I will give fixes for every single one of these cons. So, you know, whatever. Anyways, the main con of this game is I paid $80 fucking dollars. Right, I paid for the digital deluxe edition. That was my fucking fault. I should not have paid for that. I should have paid for the $70 version. I don't know why I paid for the 8. I got a fucking horse. I think it was this red horse actually that I got. Okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a flying fuck. I don't even use this horse half the time. But I paid $80 for what's kind of essentially a free-to-play game, or at least it has a free-to-play like business model. And this is the thing I hate about, I fucking hate seasons, guys. I'll say it right now. I hate seasons. Fuck seasons. I know what seasons are. Seasons are for free-to-play games. Because free-to-play games, right, they're free. So they need to make money on the store, and they need to make money off of you, you know, like wanting a cosmetic or wanting X, Y, and Z item from the battle pass. And sometimes people get really fucking impatient and they're like, let me just skip the fucking battle pass, go all the way to level 90 or whatever it is, and they pay extra to do that. I've done it in Apex Legends. I've done it in multiple, I don't personally pay on those games a lot, but I've seen it on Apex, I've seen it on COD, I've seen it on multiple mobile games, Clash of Clans, Clash Royale. All those games, like, and there's a bunch of other ones that have that battle pass system. Sucks fucking ass. Fuck battle passes, right? I will put up with battle passes if it's a free-to-play game, but god damn it, I paid $80 fucking dollars, and you're giving me these battle passes and all this bullshit. I fucking hate it, right? One of the few companies that I will pre-order are From Software games, because I know when I pay $70 or whatever the game is up front, they release everything. The customization, the levels, the design, the all the different options, all the different items, they're given to you. You don't have to wait 3 months, 6 months, 14 season 5 for this item or this bullshit. If I pay upfront, I am expecting a full game. And this is my biggest gripe with this fucking game. It's like I'm buying a Tesla call option when I'm paying $80. I'm paying $80 hoping by season 5 this game will be fixed. Yeah, I'm pissed. I'm paying $80 so that by season 4 maybe we'll have a stash tab and maybe we'll have multiplayer options and maybe then we'll have. It's like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking be here. There's gonna be all kinds of games coming out until then, and I'm gonna forget about this shit, and I'm gonna realize I just spent $80 on a free-to-play game. By season 5, season 7, I'm probably already on Path of Exile, right? I'm waiting for Path of Exile to come out. But yeah, fuck battle passes. Fuck seasons. Just release all the content. You had 7 fucking years and $1 billion. Like, god damn it. Anyways. The best games don't have battle passes. Let's be honest. Like, the best games that you pay for up front don't have battle passes. Now, another thing that absolutely killed my enjoyment of this game was that, one, I considered myself not a hardcore player or like a, you know, streamer level, like no-lifer type of... I was like right under the no-lifers. Meaning, you know, I was going to work. I was avoiding my family to play this game. I was making up excuses for my wife and kids so I could play this game. I was staying up late so I could play this game, right? And my wife is over here like, baby, what time do you go to bed? I'm sitting here saying like, you know, not that late, you know, like 2. I stayed up till 4. You know what I mean? Like, I was doing real degenerate shit, but I loved it, right? It was one of those games that like hooked me, especially in the first half. But then slowly, as players started leaving, right, and I remained because I'm one of these no-lifers, right, or right under the no-lifers, all that was left were the no-lifers and above, right? All that was left was me and then the people who played more than me. And these motherfuckers were all doing blind burrows. They were all doing blind burrows. Even the streamers I would watch. Oh, blind burrow run. The most boring shit I've ever done in my life, right? And if you don't know, blind burrows is basically a broken dungeon that give you the most XP, and people would play the dungeon over and over and over again for hours until they got to level 100. And I tried it. I did it myself. That's all my friends did. So like, I was like, all right, well, I want to play with my friends. So like, I would log on, and they're like, dude, you ready? Let's do this. All right, I log out, log in. Okay, party up, and then I'm gonna leave the party. I'm gonna decline the request, and I'm gonna add the request. Fucking mind numbing, right? I did it for like, I leveled once doing this. I was like, wow, that was fast. And then it took like 20 minutes. I don't know. It leveled me pretty quickly compared to like if I was just walking around aimlessly doing Hell Tides and Tree of Whispers and all that. But I literally didn't give a fuck. It was so fucking boring. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this all the way to level 100. Are you fucking out of your mind? Like, no fucking way I'm doing this. I'm cussing way too much. No way. You can tell I'm kind of pissed off. This is where I really got pissed. Because I wanted to play with people. I even got on the Discord server for, you know, to find other players on Diablo 4. And everyone's doing blind burrows. Everyone. So it killed the multiplaying aspect of this. Right? Because I wanted to play with people, but they're all doing blind burrows. So it's like, I'd rather play alone than play with... And then at a certain point, I'm just not playing at all. Right? So there needs to be some kind of multiplayer option where you go up to a dungeon, or maybe, and this is what I thought of randomly, but implement a way to communicate with players, like with a group up feature, or create a military themed NPC, like a Legion commander, right? And he can be kind of like, and as you can tell, I grind this game. I got all the altars of Lilith and all this bullshit, right? But create a Legion commander the same way like an alchemist or the enchanted guy, the occultist, or, you know, and one of these NPCs where like some towns have them, some towns don't, like the armor or whatever, and like have a separate building called Legion Commander or whatever, and that can be a way to create clans. That can be a way to recruit clans. You can put boards up or something like join my clan, we do this, we do that, or maybe just little missions, something where it like allows you to group up with other players. And maybe you can choose like the levels or something, or you can just queue up and like play as normal, and then someone finds you, goes to this NPC, and it's like within the level range, and then boom, you're in a party together, right? And maybe you can leave a custom message, like you in your clan messages, you can leave a custom message, hey, I'm trying to do these dungeons, or I'm trying to do capstone. You leave it there, other people come, they check it out, the NPC, and maybe you get free items or an XP boost or whatever, some kind of incentive, so that you can play with other people and the world will feel alive, instead of just seeing a random dude come by and like ignore you, right? Or just run by you as you're killing mobs, or sometimes they stop and kill mobs and then leave. This would absolutely extend the longevity of the game and the enjoyment of the game for me personally. And we'll just wait for season 6 to come out. It's gonna come out then. No, fuck that. I want it now. I want it now. Now. I paid $80. I want it now. Inflation, okay? The value of my dollar is eroding. That's actually an argument against what I'm saying, but either way. Another thing, the game is too easy. Large part throughout the entire game, I just felt like I was never in danger. And the level scaling, I'll be honest, I don't know what I don't know what you should do. I don't know if some zones should be way higher, some zones should be way lower, or everything should be fixed. Even though if everything's fixed, like some zones will just feel like worthless. Like the level 10, 20 zones will feel worthless if you're level 80, you know what I mean? I don't know if the level scaling is a good or bad thing yet. I'm leaning towards bad, but at least it keeps every zone relevant. But the problem with this game being too easy is that it randomly becomes impossible. So it'll go from too easy the whole time, where you're just kind of mindlessly closing your eyeballs unless you're playing hardcore. And I ended up just starting to play hardcore the whole time because there's no point to do anything else. Like, it just felt ridiculous just walking around destroying everything. But once I got to hardcore, I realized there are random stupid difficulty spikes that you can't counter because resistances are fucking broken. They're broken, right? So when I enter a cold enchanted dungeon, I'm fucked. I get frozen, chain frozen, and unless I have unstoppable going 24/7 and I have to redo my skills and like, okay, I'm just gonna load up on unstoppables through this dungeon, I'm fucked, right? I just get chain frozen and killed. This was a massive problem in hardcore. In regular, you're like, oh, whatever. Like eternal, you're like, oh, whatever. I'll just keep going back 10%, whatever. In hardcore, it was a fucking issue because I would just sit like, I could blast through anything, and then there would be enemies a level or two under me that would just fucking kill me. And I did hardcore sorcerer, which was the stupidest thing I could have ever done. Yeah, I got frozen. Like, if I died in this game, it wasn't because it was my fault. A lot of times it was because some bullshit mechanic and resistances don't work, so I can't counter them. So the on death effects, same shit. You're just playing the game normally. Holy shit, there's just yellow numbers everywhere. You feel good, right? And then you're dead. Like, that, no warning, nothing. You're just fucking dead. And this was a huge problem when I was playing with rogues, because rogues had poison traps or whatever they would throw down. And next thing you know, a poison monster or toxic monster dies and it blows up because of all these fucking monsters blowing up. I don't know why. And I can't see shit because there's all these poison traps and I'm dead. Like, 2 of them blow up next to me, boom, boom, I'm dead. On death effects and are some of the most bullshit mechanics. I've never felt good playing a bunch of creatures that blow themselves up. The only ones that are valid are the little gremlins that like run around and like they're pretty low in health and they take a while to explode. Those you can see coming and they have a bright like head, top of their head. You can see coming and it's counterable because they take a minute to blow up and you see them, right? Like, they stand out. But when random monsters are just fucking blowing up all over the goddamn place, it makes me want to quit the game because it's like, dude, I can play the game as well as I want to if I'm mobbing up correctly, which is getting a bunch of monsters, grouping them up with my steel grasp or whatever I'm running at the time, my whirlwind with the whirlwind, you know, like periodically pulls enemies towards you. I'm doing the game correctly, or at least the way it feels the best to me, which is grouping up a bunch of monsters and then dropping my dick right on their face as they blow up with my Hammer of the Ancients or my Death Blow or whatever I'm running at the time. And that on death effect bullshit counters the most in my opinion, the most satisfying playstyle that is in the game. It's a fucking problem. Get rid of the on death effects, and if you have them, be something that you can counter, like those little gremlins that either die quickly or they take a second to blow up, and then they're highlighted with a color. And as far as the difficulty, you know, I didn't really offer a solution. Maybe you buff elites and then keep the trash mobs the same. Sometimes I feel like the elites, they're coming, I'm like, oh my god, this huge pack of elites is coming. Holy shit, this is gonna be crazy. And they die just as easily as the mobs. And it's like, oh, well, that was kind of anticlimactic, right? That was antic. Now, the next one is a popular one I've heard around a lot, but the solution I have for this is, in my opinion, with the budget and the ability, and this is what they need to implement. They won't implement this, but this fix will make the game so much better, in my opinion. And now, it's renown, okay? Renown is a limp fucking dick. Renown is a chore. Renown is stupid as fuck. Fuck renown, right? With this character, I think I got to, let me see what I did with my renown here. Oh, I have renown awards. Well, would you look at that? So I've pretty much covered all renown except Hawazar. I kind of gave up because I was like, why the fuck is the point of this, right? Like, I just got so fucking bored. I was literally, I'm not kidding, I was falling asleep. Like, I remember doing renown, like doing the quest lines, skipping. All this makes you do is go to each quest and skip all the dialogue, skip anything about it, and just because you're trying to grind it out. So you're kind of pissed you have to do this. You're grinding back and forth, going this. I skip all the dialogue. I don't know what the fuck you wrote, developers. I don't know these writers or these interns you had create these cool quests. Hey, sorry, I'm skipping all that shit because you've turned it into a fucking chore. Right? Now, a way you can make this better, if you make me do this, have each renown spot change the game slightly. So you know in World Tier 1, you go to World Tier 2 and the world changes a little bit. You go from World Tier 2 to World Tier 3, changes a little bit. Even at the tower, there's like fire. And then you go from World Tier 3 to World Tier 4, the world changes even more and there's like more demonic presence around. There should be an aspect to renown like this. So renown is like you're doing deeds for people and you're kind of, you know, doing quest lines and you're a hero essentially. You're saving people around you. In my opinion, if you're doing renown, the more you do renown, the town should change a little bit. So like maybe the NPCs start yelling at you like, hey, oh, there goes that guy or hero or whatever. I don't know. They say something positive. People start praising you. Maybe like you see this beggar right here. Maybe there's less of these beggars and this guy turns into like, I don't know, a more prosperous person, like whatever. Like maybe he has his own little shop or he has food or whatever. Like just make the world change so it goes from like bleak to like a little bit better, and maybe there's more people, right? As the town population grows because it's more prosperous. This is a way to fix renown, or at least make the renown journey, what's the word I'm looking for? Worth it, something. Or maybe they yell out your name or something. I don't know how you do it, but do it, right? Make renown feel like that you're making a difference in the game somehow, because right now all it is a fucking chore, and then you get the paragon points. It's like, oh, 4 points, like, ah, god, I don't care about this, man. Like, make the cities less depressing over time as you complete more renown. Now the next thing is a gameplay mechanic: vulnerable versus crit damage, or vulnerable times crit damage equals win. This game, when I found this out, it just kind of killed it for me, because now I'm forced and pigeonholed into certain strategies. And from levels 40 to like 70-ish, I was like basically role-playing. I didn't look up any build guides or anything like that. I wasn't looking up YouTube guides and all that. I think that's stupid. It kind of kills the point of the game, which is figuring out the build for yourself. You're not competing against anybody, so what's the point? So I was cosplaying, right? In the game, I was role-playing as Guts. So essentially, I would only use a longsword, and I transmogged the biggest sword I could find, and I tried to recreate the Berserker armor. I don't have it now, actually. Let me see if I still have it. But yeah, I was essentially cosplaying, or you know, role-playing as Guts, and it was awesome. But unfortunately, once you get to a high enough level, you're kind of forced, especially if you're running with friends and all that, you're kind of forced to play the meta, which is getting vulnerable damage, or making everyone vulnerable, and then increasing your crit damage. And that turns into certain meta builds that you have to run, and it's like 4 shouts and all this bullshit. Like, I don't want to run shouts. I refuse to run shouts. Shouts are boring. But then you have to, if you want the best character, you have to run shout cooldowns. So that means you have to get all the shout items, and you're forced to wear them. I don't like playing like that. So now I'm playing a lesser version of other people's barbs, and I'm doing it because it's the only way I can have fun. Where's my Guts build? I think this was my Guts build. I actually took off the makeup though. Oh wait, not the makeup, the markings, because Guts does not have any more. These are the markings I was rocking right here, with like the kind of skin tone scars, something like this. And then I had the wardrobe, slot 5. I'm gonna load it up. Boom. This is as close as I could get it to like Guts in game. I know I'm lagging a little bit. I don't know why, but yeah, it's lame. Even out everything so that you don't have to use vulnerable times crit, right? I know they're doing a bunch of changes, but again, I paid $80 for this game, and like, I'm basically the beta tester for the game. All the people who are playing this game right now are beta testing these games for when it's good a year from now. I didn't pay $80 fucking to be a tester. Right? I paid $80 for a full game that you can play multiple builds and not feel like a goddamn asshole. And the next thing is there's like 8 different dungeons, guys. Come on. Oh, we have over 100 dungeons. Look at all the dungeons. Oh my god. Let's look at the dungeons, guys. Let's look at these dungeons. Holy shit. Oh my god. Look at all these dungeons. What are you talking about, Dre? Look at all these dungeons over here. Wow, wow. That's like way more than 8. Look at all these dungeons. This dungeon, Ancient's Lament, that dungeon. They all look the goddamn same. They all look the feel the same. They don't evolve. They don't change. There's no dynamism to these dungeons. Like, there should be dungeons where like you walk in, it's a cave, and as you go deeper and deeper, it turns into a nightmarish hellscape. Right? Or maybe a forest, and as you go deeper and deeper, it's on fire. Right? The dungeons change, and it's dynamic. But instead, it's just the same 8 dungeons repeated over and over again. You have a cave dungeon, forest dungeon, stronghold dungeon, oh, eastern looking dungeon, another slightly different cave dungeon, oh, a little bit of red dungeon that's supposed to be, oh, a little frozen dungeon, and that's it. There's like 8 dungeons in the game. Make them more dynamic. Hire more designers. Guys, you had 7 years and all this money you're bragging about. Your marketing department fucked you because everybody has all these expectations and you come out with like 10 different looking dungeons, man. Now, that kills a lot of the variety and replayability. And when I'm playing another dungeon and I'm playing another dungeon and I'm playing another dungeon because I'm forced to, because nightmare dungeons are too powerful compared to everything else in the game, and I'm pigeonholed to doing these dungeons, and I'm playing 4 dungeons and they're all the goddamn same, I lose my mind and I exit out. At least if there was variety, I would stay in. I would be a little bit more, you know, like immersed in the game. But I'm playing the same dungeon and it's like halfway across the map and it's the same fucking cave with a slightly different like mix of enemies and objectives. You're not fooling anybody, Blizzard. I leave the game when that happens. Now, if you're gonna force me to play dungeons, even out the gameplay loop. So Helltides, buff Helltides. I know they're already doing this. Buff Tree of Whispers. Buff random events. in the real world, because it's turned into just doing nightmare dungeons and you skip over the most unique aspect of this game, which is the map, the big map. This big map doesn't matter because we just teleport from nightmare dungeon to the city to nightmare dungeon. And I'm missing out all this traveling across all these beaches and these mountains and all this shit, right? I don't even see any of that shit anymore because why? Super Beef, I'll join you after. But yeah. And colorways. I think the colorways should be changed. Or offer more colorways, like actual black instead of this weird gray black. Like actual black. Actually black colorway. I need different colorways.
What did we do last time? 27, 28?
Let me actually back out of this. I got in this group.
Oof. Go ahead, that.
I'll join him after.
Oof.
But yeah, different colorways, guys. More colorways. That's like kind of a nitpick, but if you have like a, or at least let me create and pick my own colors. Like let me make an all black guts build if I want to. Not this like black and then it's like grayish and all this. And the last thing here, because this is turning way too long of a video. Season 1 of The Malignant is trash. Barely added anything. Like, if you really want me to be this free-to-play game bullshit, you need to step it up there, Blizzard, with the seasons. I need more. Not your typical battle pass. I paid $80. A typical free-to-play battle pass don't cut anymore. If you want to do a battle pass system, I need a lot more fucking shit. Because I paid $80 up front. Okay? So, that ends it. I'm going to end it right there. The final verdict in this game, it was an 8 out of 10 until it turned into a 6 out of 10. Unceremoniously, after level 70, when you're upgraded, you have all your ancestrals, you have all your gear, right? You have all this good stuff. You have all the gem slots, the royals, the upgraded gear, everything. The game turns pointless because I'm not grinding 30 more fucking levels to get to fucking Uber Lilith, who offers you nothing anyways. She needs to drop a skin that is very fucking cool that other players can look at and be like, damn, you beat Uber Lilith, you have that skin that stands out a lot. That's how you do it, guys. But in any case, I'm about to join up with these guys and play Diablo 4. Thanks for watching. Peace out.